So let's look at how Pardot will change the way that marketing and sales work day to day, as this is quite exciting. I've met with so many clients who still use CSV files to upload lists for new email sends and are manually pulling reports but aren't really seeing a true ROI figure. If this sounds like you, then good news, because Pardot's about to change all of this. To give some examples of what I mean, there's the automated lead distribution for sales based on user engagement that we can utilize. So this is related to the scoring model within Pardot. So whenever a prospect engages with the website, with content, with landing pages, forms, even specific links, then we can increase their score to get an idea and an actual tangible number of how engaged they are. And we can base automation off of this to say, for example, if a prospect reaches 100 points and their job title is CEO, then assigned to sales straight away, they're created as a lead in Salesforce, and then Pardot would see them as an MQL. We can also include user groups into this, so we can direct where this prospect actually goes. So let's say we have 5 salespeople. We put them into a user group. Pardot will round robin and evenly distribute leads to this user group without you having to distribute them at all. It will do this all automatically. We'll want to build engagement studios based on different persona types. So as we know, different people like different content and they engage better with different content. A big example of this could be a legal team versus a marketing team. So a legal team typically would enjoy more text-based emails, and a marketing team might enjoy GIFs and images, for example. Not only this, but they engage with different content. So you're targeting legal teams with more to the point, legal-based content. And with marketing, you're helping their pain points. You'd send them different content. And we'd set up different engagement studios to address these different needs. And this will all be automated again. So we can prioritize leads with the use of grading. So to give a quick overview, scoring tells us how engaged a prospect is in us. However, grading flips that and shows us how interested we should be in them. And then it uses an American style grading system. So for example, an A+ is an incredibly desirable lead. They should be prioritized. They're the target. Whereas D's and E's, they might be students or they might be job hunters, for example. It will vary for different companies. But the point is that we can then see who's the most engaged and within them, look at who we're most interested in. And this would, again, is all automated. Finally, we can track from first touch point through to one deal. This is a huge part of Pardot. So for example, with the use of campaigns, we can see when a prospect first hits the tracking code. So let's say you've run a LinkedIn campaign, you've run an ad on LinkedIn, someone's clicked it, and then a month or two later they've converted. Originally, you thought they converted via your landing page, a different campaign. But then you look into Pardot and you can see, they actually converted. Their first engagement with you was via this LinkedIn ad. And then you can attribute any ROI or revenue back to this original campaign. So then further down the line, you can then justify more budget and more spend via this route based on these actual tangible statistics. And we'll talk later in more detail about how this all works in practice and how it syncs to Salesforce and back into Pardot. But essentially, again, this is all automated. These reports you'll see, these real-time ROI figures and stats that you'll be able to go into Pardot, grab, go to your meeting, and then announce these great statistics. So in the next video, you'll be seeing less of me and more of Pardot, where we actually get to grips with the actual technical setup, and I'll be sharing my screen and walking you through each of the steps.